Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival is right around the corner, so I decided to embrace the spirit of the season and make some mooncakes. Mooncakes are a pastry traditionally eaten during the Mid-Autumn Festival and consist of a special dough surrounding a variety of fillings and pressed into shape using a special mold. Today, I'm going to make the 5-nut mooncake, a very traditional flavor that is infamously despised by Chinese youth. However, my goal was to tweak the recipe in such a way that everyone will like it. These mooncakes are fun to make, but more importantly, quite delectable. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, one of the most important ingredients to have when making these mooncakes is inverted sugar syrup. This is needed to get the correct color and texture of the final product. Since you likely won't be able to buy this critical ingredient, we will start by making a batch. First, press the juice of 1 lemon into a small bowl to use later. Then, add 200 grams of white sugar and 90 milliliters of water to a medium-sized pot, and while stirring, bring to a boil over high heat. When the sugar-water mixture comes to a boil, immediately add 25 milliliters of lemon juice, turn the heat down to low, and begin to simmer. Don't continue to stir the mixture. You can use a brush dipped in a small amount of water to clean the sugar mixture off the sides of the pot. As the mixture simmers, it will change color from clear to golden to brown. When the mixture is a nice golden brown color, remove the pot from the heat. The simmering time is about 30 to 40 minutes. Finally, transfer the sugar mixture to a glass container, cover, and let it sit for 24 hours before use. Now, with our inverted sugar syrup prepared, we are ready to start making the mooncakes. We're going to start by preparing the nuts for our 5-nut filling. If your nuts are raw, they first need to be toasted, so in turn, add each nut to a frying pan over medium-low heat and stir the nuts until they toast and become fragrant. Then, return the toasted nuts to their original bowls to let them cool. Now, we're going to prepare the mooncake dough. Start by taking 115 grams of the inverted sugar syrup into a large bowl, and then add to it 1.5 grams of prepared dietary alkali water. Stir until completely mixed. Then, add 38 grams of sunflower oil to the bowl and stir with a spatula until thoroughly combined. Finally, sift in 150 grams of all-purpose flour and stir with a spatula until it forms a smooth dough ball. Make sure to use your elbow grease to get all the syrup off the bottom of the bowl. It is incredibly sticky. When you have finished mixing and the dough looks smooth, use your hands to form it into a ball and let it rest in a plastic bag for about an hour. While we are letting the dough rest, we will prepare the filling for our mooncakes. First, we need to chop all our ingredients very finely. We will start with all the nuts we toasted earlier. Simply use a big knife and rock back and forth, chopping each nut in turn until they are very fine, and then add them to a mixing bowl. Don't bother chopping the sesame seeds, they are fine enough already. In addition to the toasted nuts, chop up 50 grams of raisins and 50 grams of dried red dates until they are very fine, and add them to the bowl. At this point, add 100 grams of honey and 100 grams of peanut butter to the mixing bowl. And using a spatula, stir until everything is evenly coated. Feel free to add more honey to the mixture if you can't coat everything. It is crucial that the mixture is sticky so we can form it into balls. Now that the filling and the dough for the mooncake are finished, we are ready to start assembling. We will be making 20 50-gram mooncakes comprised of 35 grams of filling and 15 grams of dough. First, we will measure out all of the fillings, so simply scale out 35 grams of filling mixture and then carefully press it together to form a ball. Since we were diligent with our measuring earlier, after making 20 balls, you should have nothing left over in the mixing bowl. Similarly, take your dough from earlier, measure it into 15-gram pieces, and then use your hands to form it into 20 balls. Finally, we will assemble our mooncakes. First, dust your cutting board with some all-purpose flour, then take one of your measured doughs and lightly form it into a flat sheet. Take a ball of the measured filling and carefully wrap it in the dough sheet. Don't worry if there are holes, they can be easily fixed by pressing the dough together. Once the ball of filling is completely wrapped, give it a quick roll in your hands to even out the dough. Dust the ball in some all-purpose flour and then place it into your mooncake mold. And press the mooncake into shape. If you've done everything right, they should look absolutely beautiful. Now repeat this procedure to make all 20 mooncakes and then place them on a baking tray lined with some parchment paper. Bake for 20 minutes at 390 degrees Fahrenheit, removing the mooncakes after the first 5 minutes to coat them in an egg wash, and then replacing them to bake for another 15. After baking, remove the mooncakes from the oven to cool, and voila! You have finished making these beautiful and delicious 5-nut mooncakes. After letting them sit for 24 hours, you'll be ready to dig in. These 5-nut mooncakes are reminiscent of the classic flavor, but without the ingredients that make it not tasty. The texture and flavor of the mixed nuts here is very satisfying, tasting a bit like granola. This is something you've gotta try. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video and I hope you really enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Hope to see you next time. Bye!